To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them? To die, to sleep no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache of 1,000 natural shocks the flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit on the unworthy takes, when he himself might as quite as make with a bare bodkin? Who would these fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of? Lest conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus in native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought. Enterprises of great pith and moment disregard, their courage turn awry, and lose their name of action. Softy now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy horizons, be all my sins remembered. Why did I just say that? I'm not even reading Hamlet. It's the silkworm. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Erin, and I am back with another video for you. For a lot of people, either their trimester's ending, their quarter ended, trimester already ended. I don't know where you are in your school career this year, but stuff is happening. You know, my trimester, the first trimester, ends in 3 weeks, which is kind of stressful because it means project overload. Woo! So you guys are probably in like one of two places. Like, you know where you are in your classes, you're like, okay, I'm good, or you know where you like need to be and you're freaking out because you don't know how to be there, or you're just like, there's not enough time. So I'm just gonna like give you guys some tips on how to like study, do better in school, and at the end of this video you can like leave your own comments and suggestions down below so that we can like share and help each other. Why am I doing so many weird things with my hands today? I don't know. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first, let's figure out how to stay organized. Now, your school might give you a planner. I know mine does. I just don't use it because I don't feel like it's very efficient. What I ended up doing is buying just like a regular small notebook, and on the inside flap I wrote out like the bell schedule so I know like when things are going to ring, how much time I have left, and it kind of helps to stay organized. You know, it's a good thing to have. So my school is on the A through F day schedule, so like for you guys who don't know what that means, it's like A day you have one schedule, B day another schedule, and then like it rotates. It's not as confusing as it sounds. Some people don't have that at their school and they're like, what? How do you do that? But just, I don't know. It helps like break up your day, it's good. So on the right side, which is the left for you, but this one right here, I write out like which day it is at the top, so it's like E day, Monday, and then I'll put first period pre-calc, second period advanced French, third world history, chem, lunch, Shakespeare free. Like a meeting during lunch, and then I'll like write that next to it. So, and at the bottom I'll write like reminders and important notices for that day. And on the other side, which would be this, the left hand flap, which is the right hand flap too, but you know, I write like all the homework that's due for those classes on that day, and I can just like cross it off. For like taking notes, I'm going to show you a few different things that I do. Like for English classes, we have the option to either use a notebook or annotator books, which I find that for like a novel, annotating works better than like taking notes. Just do a whole bunch of highlighting and side notes and stars and lots of side notes. So you can do like a bunch of side notes like that, or like wherever you have room. I usually use like the top of the pages, sidebars. You can like draw arrows and write stuff. and whatever you need to like mark down. Like last year for history, I annotated my textbook and that worked so well. But I had like a color coding system, so like dates would be highlighted in like blue, and then like main topics were in yellow and pink. So if I was like flipping through the textbook looking for a specific thing, I could just like look for the color, and it just like helps to stay organized and find things quicker and be more efficient than just flipping through a million pages. So I don't know like what the protocol at your school is, but we have laptops. We have our school laptops, and you know, Facebook's usually open on it, but we're gonna ignore that because that's not efficient and you're not supposed to procrastinate. So we use the app called OneNote, which is your notebook basically. So over here you have like all your different notebooks, and inside your notebook you can have sections and then pages within those sections, so it really helps you to stay organized. Our laptops are touchscreen, and we have styluses, so you can either type or write out your notes depending on what works best for you, or you can bring in an actual notebook, and like teachers are flexible, they're like whatever you want. I do most of my notes on my laptop and I write them out because, you know, things stick in your brain better if you write it out rather than actually just typing it. And before like a unit test, a few days before, I'll take an actual notebook and go through and rewrite all of my notes. So like just for that unit. And I'll use like a few different colored like markers and a few different colored pens, and I'll write like in bigger fonts, smaller fonts, and then like different types of fonts. Like I'll write slanted for one thing, or like huge bold block letters, and it just kind of helps you, like you can see the color and the font, and it just, you can connect it. And I know that rewriting your notes might sound hectic, but you don't have to make them completely organized. It's just to like reinforce it and like to study from. And if there are some things you know are not going to be on the test, you don't have to like rewrite them, just like the main important things. And also you don't have to do like an outline if that doesn't work for you. You can do something like this. Big word, arrows, and then just like diagram it out. If that works for you. If an outline works, cool. This trimester I am taking Intro to Shakespeare, which is a great class. So we have to memorize monologues, like to be or about not to be. So that's kind of long, and the language is sort of confusing because Shakespeare. So something that my teacher showed us that works is to write it out, but not write it out like it's written. So break it into sections. So you can do this like anything you have to memorize or just anything in general. Break it up into sections because that'll help, and you can like learn a little at a time. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy. So you can like use pictures, different fonts, capitalize things. It's kind of like what I was talking about for like rewriting your notes. And yeah, it just helps so much because you don't have to like remember the whole line. You can remember words with pictures. If you like get really hungry during like third period, you probably need to eat because that'll like, your focus will go down, you'll be extremely tired, and you just, it's not good. So what I do is in the morning I take at least 2 snacks and I throw them in my purse, and then I just take them with me everywhere. If you're starving, bring food with you because it'll like wake you up, it'll help you focus. I know like one time we were watching a documentary in class and I was like, this is so boring, but I took out my Boom Chicka Pop and I was eating it, and I was like, it helped you like engage in it and focus, and now I really want Boom Chicka Pop. Or you can bring in peanut butter balls, which are really addictive. Bring a water bottle because that, you know, also helps. You can also bring like a little travel mug and bring your coffee to school, or tea, whatever you drink. Another huge tip, if you have free periods, use them wisely. Do not mess around with your friends during all of your free periods. Now, if you like have no homework to do and you have honestly nothing to do, you're not just saying, oh yeah, I have nothing to do right now. If you honestly don't have anything to do, fine, go on YouTube, talk to your friend, make a YouTube video with them, subscribe to Alien Hoppy on YouTube. But if you have something to do, do not leave it till the night because it could take you longer than expected and you'll wish you had used your free period wisely. Like, just, you have to like find a good balance for yourself and like really think, do I want to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning doing homework, or do I want to use this free period now and stay up till 2 o'clock and get that 1 extra hour of sleep. Use lunch to your advantage too. We have 70 minutes for lunch, 3 different lunch periods, and like the thought process behind that was that during third lunch we could reserve that for time to like meet with teachers. But if you don't have club meetings or have to meet with the teacher, you have 70 minutes to get your lunch and eat it, and then you can work throughout the period. And make sure to like do that and like use it to your advantage, because then maybe you can hang out with your friends during Free Fire. Like I'm saying, it's all about balance. And finally, if you're struggling in something, ask your teacher for help. Like, that one's kind of common sense, but I feel like sometimes we go to our friends first instead of the teachers. Like, hey, you look like you know what you're doing. And they'll be like, I don't, but hey, I'll help you. And you're like, okay. And then you just kind of go through it and you're like, this is so wrong, but hey, we work together, we're good. You're not good. So yeah, that's basically all the tips I have for you, and I will talk to you soon. In the meantime, you should subscribe, like, comment. If you have any video requests, feel free to like leave them down below, because, you know, I'll take them. Yeah, that's all. So, ciao chicas, I'll see you in Gotham City.